we need to move on. We need to move on because you
We
know
need to move on from some players. We got some
we
guys
do
we got
we
to
do,
move
and
on from.
since we alluded to it, I'm not going to sit here and do this right now. I'm going to give you your chance to talk about your guy really quickly. Uh, Taylor Heineke made a name for himself against the GOAT. 2 years, he gave us the best that he had, the best that an ODU quarterback you can expect from that. And I salute you, my friend, for your service. However, you took a couple years off of my life. I will say that to you because there were some days that I stressed about your play. I tried to defend you to people, and then I had to argue with my buddy about how much once I was off the train, I had to try to help him get him off. Taylor is in Atlanta. Will, what are your thoughts, man?
We'll see if the voice can hold up. I got the shirt
Oh, there
on.
you go.
I got the shirt on. I got the Taylor Heineke shirt.
Oh, there it is.
I
There it is.
will remember you. Will you remember me?
Let's go.
No, it did. I mean, I think because of Heineke Mania obviously swept over us the last 2.5 years, and it's been a really fun ride. It's a really great story, the fact that he was on his sister's couch, and now he's just got himself, paid. He's gotten paid by us. Now he got paid by the Falcons. Um, I think it's a good situation for everyone. I think it's a great situation for him because just like you alluded to, that there's a chance he could come in and play for Desmond Ritter, whether injury or poor play, so he could get in there. And Falcons fans will see the good and the bad that you'll just get sucked into. I also think it's important. We've mentioned this before. There's a strong fan base in DC for Taylor Heineke, and the last thing a rookie quarterback. I'm just going to keep calling Sam Howell a rookie. I don't think I can call him a second-year quarterback. But the last thing a young quarterback needs right now is the fans, the stadium wanting the backup. And they're not going to do that for Jacoby Brissett. They're not going to be wearing his jerseys there. Now, I will be wearing – I may get a Commander's Heineke jersey when they go on sale now.
Oh, God.
I think I have to. But so I think it was good. I do. And it's like we know what he is. We also know that we wanted a quarterback to come in and push, mentor, and help Sam. And Heineke couldn't do all three of those.
Yeah.
He could mentor him. Maybe he'd push him a little bit, but Ron wanted someone who could potentially be our starter week one if Sam's not ready. And Heineke obviously could, but we've done that. We've done that for 2 years now. We win 7 and 8 games with him. He keeps us in the playoff hunt. But we've done that now. So we need somebody else in here. So it was a great decision by him. Obviously sad to lose the dude that he is. He's a great human being, but he's in a really good situation.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Chris, what's going on? Appreciate you joining us. Not sure they will lose anyone this year that will hurt as much as losing Brandon Sheriff last year. Yeah.
He's right.
Yeah.
He's right.
Oh,
I mean, we had to go spend it now this year because we didn't spend on him, and then we got hurt by it. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think that was the fact that we did sign Payne. Had we lost him, I think that could have hurt that much. I mean, because Payne really established himself this year. And hey, right, we got paid, and rightfully so. But look, ladies and gentlemen, I gave my guy his time, and let me address Cat. Cat said I'm not wearing Tar Heel stuff. Just because your team is still in the tournament, Cat, you don't got to rub it into me. All right, I am wearing my Tar Heel stuff, and this is Sam Howell Tar Heel jersey. Let's get it. But for me, you know what it is, Will. I messaged you as soon as I heard. Sydney, I messaged you as soon as I heard. Cole Holcomb. He is no longer a Washington Commander. All of those years that he gave us, I will say this. Cole, brother, they didn't believe in you when you came out of North Carolina. They didn't even know your name. They didn't think you were fast enough and strong enough and quick enough and everything, but you gave them your heart. You gave them your ability. 100+ tackles a year. You did everything you could for the team. You weren't the fast enough. You weren't the fastest, no. Or the strongest, no. But you were the toughest. You were one tough SOB. And my guy, I appreciate everything you brought to us. But I will say, might be a little better off without, especially with the injury from this last year. it stresses me out to think about, where we were gonna go when I didn't if I before I knew that he was let go. But once I saw the direction we went in and then how they went there, I can only say shout out to him because I think he's gonna be good over there in Pittsburgh. I think he's going to be around some good coaches, and he might not be that star stud player, but he's going to be an integral part in a team that could go far. So.
Yeah, no, I think it's another situation where the player picked a good spot for him. My only concern about it was they said this past year Cole put on more weight to be a middle linebacker. And they said he was a little bit slower. He wasn't as impactful as he was when he was playing outside. And I believe Pittsburgh was signing him to play inside. So if they want him to be, a little bit thicker the way he was, he may not be the same. But he was a very good player for us. It was a great selection by Jake Gruden, getting him in the fifth round. He surpassed expectations with what he did. He's a good player, but I think a fifth round linebacker can be replaced. We can replace 100 tackles if we really, really need to. And so what the difference in this was, it wasn't about did they want to keep him. It was Cole had an idea of what he wanted. Washington wanted to pay him less, and they weren't able to connect. And so he went elsewhere. They said, well, give yourself a chance. And what you saw with Pittsburgh was they ignored the injury of last year and said, we know what you've done before that. You've been a productive player. We're going to pay you for those previous years, not for you coming off the injury like we had talked about could potentially make him cheaper. He got his money. We don't know the specifics, I don't think, yet, but he got more than what Washington was going to be willing to pay him. It's good for him.
Yeah. And more power to him, man. I'm glad he was able to parlay all of that into another contract and in a great team. And I think they can really use him. Like you said, it's beneficial to him. What is going on, Anton? See y'all being creative, man. We trying to do something, man. We trying to do something over here. I will move on to this real quick. Anton, the guy that you're very familiar with, J.D. McKissick, is no longer on the team. Unfortunately, he failed. It was the medical test. He wasn't cleared to play, and it's probably back to that neck, man. I can't say we didn't see this coming. We kind of talked about it through this year, especially after he got hurt. And then coming into this off season, this was definitely a move that we thought was going to be made. And they did it sooner than later.
They did. They did it sooner than I thought they were going to. And I think it has to do, just like you said, is that neck injury that he hurt the previous year in 2021. And because he was so dynamic in 2020, he was fantastic for us with 80 catches and a weapon out of the backfield. He was being a weapon again in 2021. Then he got hurt. He came back. He wasn't as much of a being used in 2022, and then he got hurt again, and it kind of stems from that. And so it's you don't know if this, because it's a neck injury, what that's going to do for the rest of his career. If this is going to kind of be the time that he has to bow out. So we are getting less and less touches. So it's like I like the dude. I don't think it's really going to impact the team that much the way things were going, but you certainly, he was a fan favorite of ours.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely a fan favorite. And the only part, because like I said, I think we both saw this coming, but the only part that kind of, it makes me feel for the guy is because we got to remember this time last year, he had one foot out the door. The Bills are ready to pay this man to come to Buffalo, and he would have had a much better season with them. I mean, barring the injury, we don't know if he would have got injured or not, but then he decided to stick around here. And then obviously he played third fiddle, man, with Robinson and Gibson taking the majority of the roles. And then once he got hurt, obviously Jonathan Allen got in the picture.
Jonathan Williams.
Jonathan Williams. Sorry about
that. I'd love to put Big Boy back there and let him run.
Right. But Jonathan Williams, once he got in the picture, it just, McKissick just kind of fell back. And a lot of what McKissick did a couple of years ago, he was really good because of the fact that we did not have Curtis Samuel because of injury. Yes. So once Curtis Samuel came back, he was the guy running a lot of that motion, a lot of that runs out of the backfield. So it kind of almost took away, McKissick's role in the offense. And you hate to see it, but at the same time, it's the business. That's just what it is.
Here's what's indicative of his season. Do you remember halfway through the season, you go, hey, Will, Sousa's 23 out there. I was like, that's McKissick. He changed his number. And you're like, I had no idea. That's how little impact he had on the 2022 season.
Yeah, I remember that. Like, who is this guy? Just random dude.
What is D'Angelo Hall doing out here?
Right. How's he back? Oh, man. So, yeah. Hey, so we lost those three guys. Is there anybody else that you see? Obviously.
Not yet. Not as of like I stopped looking at 6 p.m. So if we've cut anybody, I am surprised they haven't done anything with Chase Roulier, especially if you're going to sign Nick Gates. That kind of seems surprising to me. So maybe there's still something coming down there. But that's about it.
What John and I, you listened to it. John Keim was talking, and Logan Paulson was saying more that. I mean, with exactly what we mentioned last week, with the 2 season-ending injuries, and then now us getting Gates and starting to solidify that line. I mean, he could come back, but he's gonna have to. They're gonna have to get it at a reduced rate. I mean, it's not gonna be, maybe the same as what they have been doing as far as paying him. So, I mean, we know what he can do on the line when healthy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, let's see what that happens. We'll definitely keep an eye on that one.
Yeah, well, it's weird because I'm wondering where is there space for him and what contract is he willing to take if he's supposed to make $12 million this year, not start.
Right.
What contract is this guy going to be willing to take?
Yeah. So this should be interesting. So we'll monitor that and keep kind of an eye on that and just kind of see what ends up happening, where it goes. But hey, for the first week. And today actually at 4:00 was the first official, when everything kind of went through as far as free agent signings. I'm pretty excited about what we've done thus far. I mean, we're actually addressing certain parts that we need to, and we're taking care of guys that, we re-signed them, guys that we had last year, but they know the system. So you got a little bit of the flavor from before that can kind of teach the other guys the way. And then you got some new, fresh talent in here. And then you got happy players. You got guys in our D-line that just got paid the last couple of years. And then who knows what this can do for Chase Young and Montez Sweat. Now you see that 2 of your line mates in Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen both got paid. Maybe they start playing to the point where we can't deny it and we have to play it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the best best case scenario, but we will definitely see.
Yep.
Definitely see. Oh yeah, buddy. But ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna take a little breather and we will be right back.
Dun, 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 dun.
Let's go. The Washington Commanders. There it is.